What movie is really sad when told from the villain's perspective? Pirates of the Caribbean, Davy Jones. His duty was to take care of the souls lost at sea. He did it knowing that his lover, Calypso, is waiting for him on the island since he can only set foot on land once every 10 years. After he did his duty for 10 years, she wasn't there. He felt betrayed and descended into rage. His story ended when Calypso aided the other pirate lords against him. They beat him and stabbed his heart. His last word was Calypso before falling into the depths of the sea. Really sad when you look at it from his perspective. Baby's father in Dirty Dancing. Dude just wants to have a nice family vacation. Mrs. Doubtfire, because imagine how scared Pierce Brosnan was when Mrs. Doubtfire tried to kill him with pepper. Prince Nuada from Hellboy. The Golden Army. He's the prince of a dying race of Phi. Has to see his father lead his kind into darkness and obscurity. And then see humanity tear down everything he loved for their own greed, expansion. His speech about how the world will never see the likes of the elemental forest god was heartbreaking. B-movie Tears of Joy. A bee stole this man's girlfriend. If you think about it, most romance movies that center on the main character being in love with a person in a relationship. The villain is a person acting defensive and jealous, because the main character keeps trying to make moves on their partner and their partner allows it. Their partner then emotionally cheats and leaves them for the person they shouldn't be worried about. But that's okay because they're not the MC and they were mean a few times to the MC for being a skeeve. People who lost a lot of weight. What surprises you the most now? I lost 100 pounds over a year and a half, but since I'm old, 70s, it seems few people comment on it because they think I'm wasting away from some terminal illness. I can buy clothes in any store I want. Lost about 80 pounds in the past year and a half. Biggest thing that I've noticed that I haven't seen mentioned on here yet is my acid reflux and heartburn are basically gone. I used to be popping Tums every couple hours and now they just sit in the medicine cabinet, collecting dust. I'm always cold now. Having bones, collarbones, wrist bones, knee bones, hip bones, ribs. I have so many bones sticking out everywhere and it's weird as hell. I've lost 100 pounds since 2020. It's a collection of little things that surprise me. For at least 10 years I couldn't put on socks or tie my shoes. I couldn't bend over and pick something up. I couldn't climb a ladder to fix something. Simple things like that I can do now that fascinate me. Edit. Some additional little things are sitting in a chair with arms, sitting in a booth in a restaurant, being able to shop in a normal store and not needing to buy the biggest size there, being able to easily wipe my butt, and looking down and being able to see my penis. How did the kid from your school die? He was playing football and randomly passed out. Never woke up again. When I was in the 5th grade back in the 80s, the boy who sat next to me disappeared. After a week or so they found his body floating in the local river. It was assumed that he was kidnapped and killed by a random stranger. That was the official story for many years. Decades later, after the boy's mother relentlessly fought for further investigation, evidence was discovered that the boy's stepmother poisoned him and threw him in the river because she was threatened by the fact that the boy stole too much attention from his father away from her. Obviously she was a psychopath. It was a very sad case, but at least the mother got closure and the culprit was sent to prison and hopefully that sweet little boy can rest in peace. My 18th birthday party. Big party at a barn in the country. Drinking. He had an argument with his girlfriend. I said, "Hey man, don't leave." Then watched him get in his truck. The next day we went and looked at the skid marks and broken pole he wrapped his truck around. Suicide pact with a friend. Friend got scared and didn't follow through, but the first kid did. A guy was a water polo player. He was a weak link and needed extra practice. The coach believed. He was instructed to practice underwater laps to extend breath capacity, basically swimming entire laps underwater. The team went to the locker room for a meeting. Came back and the guy was at the bottom of the pool. They don't allow swimmers unsupervised use of the pool anymore. Subscribe, my brothers.